what is an emergency and what is not. We need to have that discussion.
Portland's Bureau of Emergency Communications is launching new technology this week utilizing artificial intelligence to answer calls. This comes as BOEC faces high call volumes and challenges with their staffing. KATU's Megan Allison joins us now outside City Hall. Megan, what can we expect with this new program?
Well, Steve, the Bureau is starting with a test for a few hours a day, limiting this automated response to non-emergency calls. But the scope of this resource could expand in the months ahead. During a meeting Thursday, Portland's Bureau of Emergency Communications discussed a rollout of AI technology to address high call volumes.
Well, where an automated attendant will answer the phone on non-emergency, and based on the answers, using artificial intelligence, and that's kind of a scary word for us at times, but using artificial intelligence will determine if that caller needs to speak to an actual call taker.
This comes as BOEC is proposing an expansion of 311 to answer non-emergency calls.
Presuming that this test goes well and that it really is a good solution for BOEC, I would determine that that could be an option for 311 across the board.
We asked people who live in Portland how they feel about introducing AI to take some of these calls.
I think it could be definitely a positive thing if the AI can kind of speed up the responses and get people what they need quicker. But then on the other hand, if it's not as personal to someone's emergency, that could be kind of discomforting to some folks.
Portland's Community Safety Director is now advocating to expand 311 hours to take on non-emergency calls, including Portland street response. In the meantime, he tells city leaders they need to define what constitutes an emergency.
The traditional definition of an emergency is any call that is imminent danger to life and property is an emergency call.
We put up a poll on Twitter to ask people how they feel about this technology. More than 150 people responded, with about 80% saying they do not approve of the change. We're live in downtown Portland. Megan Allison, KATU News.
Megan, thank you.
They just won't be having to wait as long.
Right now, if you call into Portland's non-emergency line, your call could be dropped, or you might have to wait as long as 40 minutes. Today, we're learning more from the Bureau of Emergency Communications about AI technology and how the introduction of this automated response could change all that. KATU's Megan Allison joins us live outside the Bureau now. And Megan, how is the director there responding to concerns from the public?
Yeah, Steve, we shared concerns that some are worried they'll be stuck waiting on the phone longer than before. Staff here tell me that's not the case. They see this as a way to pick up extra calls while adding call takers in the months ahead. Portland's Bureau of Emergency Communications is launching an automated response to non-emergency calls on Monday. That program will use AI technology to determine if a caller needs to speak with a dispatcher, or it can walk a person through the online process to file a police report. BOEC Director Bob Cozzie says currently there are less than 30 non-emergency lines. When they fill up, calls are dropped.
With K-Service, which is this new technology, really there's unlimited lines. That system can process multiple situations at any given time.
I shared with Cozzie some of the concerns we heard from the public.
Others were saying, I get so frustrated when I call and I just get stuck in a phone tree and I desperately want to talk to someone. Yep. Do you think that eventually more staffing could be added and you could scale back this tool? How do you see this in the long term?
Yeah, ultimately, it does come down to staffing. One thing that we have needed, we've known we've needed for a long time, is more call takers on duty. And we had, through COVID, we lost quite a few folks. Anyone who could retire basically did retire.
The director here says Portland city leaders did approve for BOEC to hold on to any money they didn't spend this year and overhire in the future to make sure these kinds of challenges do not happen again. We're live in Southeast Portland. Megan Allison, KATU News.
Megan, thank you.